Hello guys, and welcome back to the channel. So today I'm not going to talk about Credit Suisse, not going to talk about banks, not going to talk about bank collapse. Have you heard that Credit Suisse is collapsing? Okay, seriously, I'm so tired of these banks collapsing, so I'm so refreshed that there is actually Palantir news. What if I told you that Palantir is basically guaranteed to be GAAP profitable this year? It's really thanks to Amit who brought my attention to this. There is a CNBC interview where Alex Karp is there with the co-founder of Palantir, and this guy says something. I don't know if he's supposed to say it, and I actually started checking it in the financial reports, and it kind of checks out. And if this is true, Palantir is basically guaranteed to be GAAP profitable this year. It's not like I care about GAAP profitability. I actually don't. I want their growth to go back up, and I want them to get more customers. I've done tons and tons of videos about how Palantir's valuation is all in the growth, and you know what their business needs is more new customers where they can scale. But for Wall Street and for pension funds and different funds to buy into Palantir, this is a very, very important thing that they're GAAP profitable. So it's awesome in a way. So I'm going to show you the clip, and then I'm going to show you the financials, and we go through it together. And if you like it, all I ask for you is that you press the like button and maybe even subscribe to the channel if you haven't. So let's listen to the interview and let's see if you catch it.
We've got two billionaires right here. Joe, what is your response to that?
Well, I think if I was Alex, I would definitely see things in that extreme way. I remember being on the phone with Alex with a very prominent VC about 18 years ago, and the guy was laughing at us and saying we weren't a serious company because Alex didn't have a technical degree. So Alex proved him wrong. Alex now has 1.5 billion in treasuries, as far as I understand it, and no exposure to any of these banks in Silicon Valley. So he showed that guy.
So did you catch that? He said Alex now has 1.5 billion in US treasuries. So if that is true, the US treasuries currently pay somewhere over 4% interest. So if we just calculate safe and we say that they're getting 4% interest on $1.5 billion, that's $60 million of net income. So when I heard this and Amit pointed this out, I was like, no way. They're actually so smart that they're doing this because, what did they do before? They invested the money into, crazy long shot startups, and like all of us, they lost an arm and a leg in 2022. So obviously that was not very good. But this is basically a guaranteed way that they can guarantee their GAAP profitability. It's a very safe investment, looks very good, and they can continue to scale the business without everyone being on their neck like, why aren't you GAAP profitable? When is Palantir GAAP profitable? And to be honest, I really don't care about that. I want to see growth. Comment below if you want GAAP profitability or growth. I want to see who is on the same page with me. Anyways, so I started to look into this, and I looked into Palantir financials. And I started looking for any clues in their 10K form and their, different reports that they did. And what I found is that in their latest 10K, they're saying that interest income increased by 18.7 million for the year ended in December 31 compared to 2021, primarily due to an increase in U.S. interest rates on interest earned from our cash equivalents and restricted cash. So they don't say that this is treasuries, but obviously the interest comes from somewhere. And this is their 2022 yearly report, where you can see that they start to have significant interest income compared to the year below. So this is still not fully checking out, but then I found the real clue. So if you look into their investor report, and this is the Q4 investor report that was released, and you have to really, really zoom in. It's really, really small, I promise. So we're gonna zoom in a lot. And then you go down here to the to the text that explains why they were profitable. So you will see Q4 net income was 31 million. So that's how much GAAP profit they made, right? But here is where you're going to find interesting things. So this reflects 13 million of interest income. So that means that out of the 20 million interest income that they had in the whole year, 13 million came from Q4. So this is probably when they bought the treasuries. And if I do my math correctly, you will see how good my math is. You take 1.5 billion times 0.04% is 60 million per year. If you divide that by 4 is 15 million. And they had 13 million of interest income. So this means that we are very much in the ballpark. So now another calculation that I want to show you. So they had 31 million profit. We take away the interest income. Then their profit was only 18 million. However, they had losses. So I'm taking away the artificial items in their earnings, right? So then they had losses on marketable securities of $11 million. So that's the stupid startup investments that they did. So I'm going to add this back in because this is not a natural thing that is going to happen. And I'm going to come back to this. It's going to be important later. So now we're at 29 million GAAP profit, right? And here's a kicker. 44 million was a gain from a step acquisition of our Palantir Japan, blah, blah, bookkeeping trickery. So if I take that away, they were minus 15 million, right? So this is without the interest, without the marketable securities. But if we add now, we look at 2023 and we just think that, okay, they're probably going to make north of 15 million just in interest income. So that means that just on this, if everything stays the same, they're going to be GAAP profitable. But wait, there's one more thing. The marketable securities. You can see that in the startup investments, they had every quarter, they had a huge loss. And I was thinking in Q4, there's no way they're going to have a loss because the stocks that they bought, they were like minus 95%. Some of them was like minus 99%. And I'm like, those stocks cannot go lower. And they did. But now the stock market has been going up. So even this is going to be a tailwind for them. So that means that they're probably going to have a quite nice profit on their marketable securities, maybe 20, 30 million, which is further going to add to their GAAP profitability. So with these, Palantir is basically almost guaranteed to be GAAP profitable. Thank you, Amit, for pointing this out. This is very, very interesting. I can't wait to see the Q1 earnings to, nerd over this and confirm if this is true. This is a very, very nice surprise. Anyways, that was the video. Please make sure that you're subscribed. And if you want to support the channel, check out the Patreon in the description box below, where you get direct access to me and access to my Palantir valuation and some exclusive content. So please go there and check it out. And I'll see you in the next video. Ciao, ciao.